నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్ ఇస్ రెస్పిరేషన్ ఇన్ ప్లాంట్స్. ఈ టాపిక్ నుంచి టోటల్ 100 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇన్ డీటెయిల్డ్గా చాప్టర్ మొత్తం మనకి ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్లో కవర్ అయిపోతుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం క్వశ్చన్ బై క్వశ్చన్ చూడబోతున్నాం. ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ 101. Plant do not have specific respiratory organ as seen in animals because each plant part takes care of its own gases exchange needs, right? Plants do not have higher demands for exchange of gases, right? Plants do not have to travel longer distance. Gases do not have to travel longer distance even in bulky plants. All 1, 2, 3 all are correct. The enzyme which converts glucose to glucose 6-phosphate is hexokinase. So option 4. How many ATP are used in glycolysis for the production of pyruvic acid from glucose? 2 ATP are used. Glucose to glucose 6-phosphate and fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. So 2 reactions, 2 ATP is used. Option 3. How many atoms are there in STU in this entire thing? How many carbon atoms are there? Pyruvate, it is 3 carbon. Yes, option 2. And citrate is 6 carbon. Yes, option 2 is still matching. And oxaloacetic acid is 4 carbon. So option 2 is correct. What is the net gain of ATP when 4 molecules of glucose undergo alcoholic fermentation? So 4 into 2, it's 8 ATP. The correct answer is 1. Because per glucose you will be getting 2 ATP. So 4 glucose, 4 into 2, 8 ATP. After glycolysis, during ethanol formation, decarboxylation will happen. NADH2 is oxidized to NAD+, right? A 2 carbon compound and a single carbon compound are synthesized, right? All 1, 2, 3 are right. An intermediate molecule between glycolysis and Krebs cycle, acetyl-CoA, is dash carbon molecule, 2 carbon molecule. Option 1 is right. In citric acid cycle, succinyl-CoA is converted to succinate. A molecule of GTP is synthesized and this reaction is substrate level phosphorylation. The correct answer is 3. During lactic acid fermentation, neither oxygen and nor carbon dioxide is liberated. Which of the following reactions are both oxidation and decarboxylation? So both it has to be. Both oxidation and decarboxylation reactions are. Pyruvic acid is both oxidation and decarboxylation. Yeah, right? One will be the one, it will be sure by 1. Malic acid is oxidation. No. So 2 will not be there. Succinic acid to malic acid. Succinic acid you have no decarboxylation will happen. Alpha ketoglutaric acid to succinic acid. So this is both oxidation and decarboxylation. Both will take place. So option 3, 1 and 4, both oxidation and decarboxylation. Complex 4. Complex 4 is cytochrome B(C1) oxidase. Cytochrome C oxidase, Cytochrome C oxidase. So 1 is yes. 1 is yes. It is matching with option 2. And complex 1, NADH dehydrogenase. Yes, R. And 3, complex 3 is cytochrome B(C1) complex. Yes. 4th one, complex 2 is succinate dehydrogenase, Q. So option 2 is the right one. The net gain of NADH plus H plus and FADH2 and ATP from one Krebs cycle reaction is, it is from one Krebs cycle it is 3 NADH plus H plus 1 FADH2, 1 ATP or GTP. So option 3. In germination of coconut seed, fruit, fat, it is used as a respiratory substrate. The RQ value will be less than 1. Option 3. The only 5 carbon compound in TCA cycle is alpha ketoglutaric acid, that is the 4th one. Source of hydrogen for reduction of pyruvic acid into ethyl alcohol is the source of hydrogen for the reduction of pyruvic acid to acetyl-CoA. So that is NADH plus H plus option 4. In cellular respiration, the fats are broken down to glycerol and fatty acids first and then further degraded to PGIL and acetyl-CoA respectively. Right? Carbohydrates and fats enter the respiratory pathway in first step. No, fats has to be converted into fatty acids and glycerol, and next again there are many steps. So assertion is right but reason is wrong. In TCA cycle, oxaloacetic acid is regenerated from malic acid is by it is an oxidation reaction. No decarboxylation will take place, only oxidation reaction, option 1. Cellular respiration is also known as amphibolic pathway because it involves both catabolism and anabolism. Mobile carrier which moves along the side of inner mitochondrial membrane is cytochrome C, option 3. Anaerobic respiration is less efficient when compared to aerobic respiration because of less energy is obtained per glucose molecule. This is because of partial oxidation of glucose, option 4. Which of these reactions do not occur during respiration? Isocitrate to oxaloacetic acid will not happen. Option 1. Final electron and hydrogen accepted during ETSEs. Molecular oxygen, option 3. Consider the following compounds. How many compounds undergo decarboxylation reaction during cellular respiration? Pyruvic acid will undergo. Alpha ketoglutarate acid will undergo. Citrate or isocitrate will undergo. So 3. So option 2. Enzyme ATP synthase that helps in oxidative phosphorylation is embedded in inner mitochondrial membrane. Inner membrane of mitochondria. Sorry, option 4 is right. The inner membrane of mitochondria. RQ is the ratio of the volume of carbon dioxide released to the volume of taken during cellular respiration. Option 2 matches. Enzyme catalyzing the synthesis of 6-carbon compound from oxaloacetic acid and acetyl-CoA is citrate synthase. Option 3. In aerobic respiration, CO2 is released during Krebs cycle. Only Krebs cycle. Alone, option 2 alone. The 6-carbon compound of Krebs cycle are malic acid, citric acid 1, isocitric 1 and 4. Option 1. 129, it is the correct combination it needs. ETS, inner membrane, ATP synthesis by substrate level phosphorylation, no. So, and glycolysis, cytosol, 6 carbon is oxidized to pyruvic acid, which is 4 carbon, wrong. Link step, outer membrane, acetyl-CoA undergoes oxidative decarboxylation, no. TCA, mitochondrial matrix, completion of decarboxylation, 4th one, only 4 is right. In Krebs cycle, the hydrogen atoms removed from succinic acid is accepted by FAD plus, if it is transformed to FADH2. Right? Assuming that the eukaryotic cell has no mitochondria, no enzymes. Okay? For fermentation, what will be the net output from the molecules of glucose during cellular respiration? Assume that the eukaryotic cell have no mitochondria and no enzymes for fermentation. Net output of molecules of glucose. 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, 4 molecules of NADH plus H plus, 2 molecules of ATP. That's it. Option 4, it matches. Sorry, it's 2 molecules of NADH plus H plus. It is option 3, 2 molecules of ATP, 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, 2 molecules of NADH plus H plus, option 3. 132. In aerobic respiration, oxidation of pyruvate takes place in matrix of mitochondria, right? Complete oxidation of pyruvate leaves 3 molecules of carbon dioxide in the matrix of mitochondria. The correct answer is option 2. Both are right, but there is no correct explanation. 133. A. A is ATP. B is F1. C is Pi. D is 2 protons. And E is inner mitochondrial membrane. Option 4. The hydrogen acceptor during the oxidation reaction of respiration will be NAD plus and FAD plus. 3. Complex 5 in ETS is also known as F0 F1 ATP synthase. Option 3. The importance of Krebs cycle is production of NADH2, production of FADH2, production of ATP or GTP, all the 3. Option 4. The net gain of ATP only obtained by the oxidation during ETS from all the reduced coenzymes of cellular respiration beginning of 1 glucose molecule is. So the ATP obtained by the oxidation during ETS from all the reduced coenzymes of cellular respiration from 1 glucose molecule is it is 34, because we are removing the 2 ATP from glycolysis and 2 GTP from Krebs cycle. So finally it will be 34 only from coenzymes. Number of decarboxylation reactions involved in glycolysis, it's 0, 4. No decarboxylation will happen in glycolysis. ETC is a set of 5 electron transporting complexes in the specific sequence along the inner mitochondrial membrane. Option 1. During which of these steps of cellular respiration CO2 is released and oxygen is consumed? Oxygen is not consumed. Citric acid cycle. Option 3. During conversion of PEP to pyruvic acid in glycolysis, ATP is produced. Right? Glycolysis is a common pathway for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. It is option 2. They both are right, but that is not matching. ATP molecules produced respectively by 1 NADH2 is 3 and FADH2 is 2. Option 3 is right. Identify the correct statement regarding the ETS in cellular respiration. It is oxidant dependent process, right? Occurs in the inner, that is inner, not outer, so that is wrong. Final acceptor is ADP, no. Option 1 is right. Arrange the following order in the appearance of cellular respiration. Pyruvic acid, acetyl CoA, alpha ketoglutaric acid, succinic acid. So 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 2, 3. Option 1. During which stage in cellular respiration are the greatest number of ATP molecules are produced? ETS, obviously. TCA cycle starts with the production of citric acid. Which step is called the link reaction? In aerobic respiration, it links between glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Formation of acetyl CoA from pyruvic acid. Column 1 and column 2. TCA cycle. Sir-Hans Krebs. So 1 is Q. F0 F1. Inner mitochondrial membrane. 2 is P. End product of glycolysis. Pyruvic acid, right? Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, triose phosphate. This is option 1 is right. Fermentation is considered to be incomplete oxidation of carbohydrates and anaerobic respiration. 4, both 1 and 2. The enzyme 1, identify the enzyme 1 and enzyme 2. Pyruvate decarboxylase, alcohol dehydrogenase. Option 3 is matching. The ultimate aim of cellular respiration is to make ATP. Which one of the following conversions occur without utilization of ATP during EMP pathway? One 3-bisphosphoglycerate to 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So option 3. Which of the following options are incorrect regarding the anaerobic respiration or fermentation? Occurs inside mitochondrial matrix. This is wrong. So 1 is wrong. Remaining all are correct. That is a partial breakdown. Net gain only 2 ATP. It is not seen in all prokaryotes. In aerobic respiration, oxygen is vital since it drives the whole process by removing. Is vital, it since drive the whole process by removing the H2O as H2O. Following the sequence of organic compounds in Krebs cycle. From the above link, pick out the carboxylic acid which do not undergo biological oxidation during cellular respiration. Oxaloacetic acid will not undergo, but citrate and isocitrate will undergo. Succinyl CoA will not undergo. So SC and OAA. So option 4. NAD plus acts as electron and proton carrier during cellular respiration. Option 1 is correct. Which one of the following shows fermentation? All the above shows fermentation. In mitochondria, the cristae is the site of ETS, electron transport system. 159. NADH plus H plus synthesized during glycolysis enter the mitochondria for the purpose of oxidation during ETS. Right? NADH plus H plus undergo very vigorous oxidation during aerobic respiration. So both the statements are correct. In which of the following reaction of glycolysis does oxidation takes place? Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, during which the oxidation will take place. Option 2 is right. In an electron transport chain during terminal oxidation, the cytochrome which donates the electrons to O2 is cytochrome A3. Which group of the following scientists discovered EMP pathway of glycolysis? Emden, Meyerhoff, Paranas. Option 1 is right. Select the wrong statement with respect to glycolysis. It occurs outside mitochondria, right? It occurs in cytoplasm, right? Glucose undergo partial decarboxylation in the form of 2 molecules. This is wrong. They don't undergo partial decarboxylation to form 2 molecules of. So the third one is wrong. That undergo partial oxidation. Fate of pyruvate during alcohol fermentation is undergoing. So that is reductive decarboxylation. So it undergoes the process of reduction. Identify the A and B in this reaction. Acetyl CoA plus carbon dioxide. Option 2 is right. This is the link reaction. We also call it as pyruvate decarboxylation. Carbon atoms from the list 1 and 2. 4 carbon is malic acid. So 1 is T. 2 carbon is acetyl CoA. 2 is P. 5 carbon is alpha ketoglutaric acid. 3 carbon is pyruvate. 6 carbon is citric acid. So option 2 is right. This statement is not correct about Krebs cycle. It is also called citric acid cycle, right? The intermediate compound which links the glycolysis with Krebs cycle is malic acid. This is wrong. So option 2 is wrong. Option 3, it occurs in mitochondria, right? One turn of Krebs cycle yields 12 ATP directly and indirectly, right? ATP can be best defined as phosphorylated nucleoside that acts as an energy currency of living cells. Fourth one is right. Oxidative decarboxylation of pyruvic acid requires the presence of pyruvate dehydrogenase. Right? Dead cells do not undergo cellular respiration, right? ATP synthase enzyme has peripheral protein called F0 and integral protein called F1. No, integral protein called F0, peripheral protein called F1. This is the wrong one. Pick out the incorrect statement regarding glycolysis. It involves 4 phosphorylation reactions. It occurs in the presence of oxygen. This is wrong. It doesn't occur in the presence of oxygen. So option 2 is wrong. Next, 2 copper centers that are present in complex 4. So option 3. During cellular respiration, maximum ATP is utilized during glycolysis. 3. Option 3. TCA cycle, citric acid cycle that occurs in matrix involved in generating CO2, NADH2, FADH2, ATP. Option 3. So 174. So this is glucose, glycolysis, Krebs cycle and ETS. So what is being coming out as X, Y and Z? That is ATP. That is coming out as ATP, X, Y, Z. Inorganic ion required for the formation of acetyl-CoA from pyruvic acid is magnesium. So third one. ATP formation in glycolysis is by substrate level phosphorylation. Option 4. Which is the percentage of ATP energy released in the fermentation as compared to cellular respiration? See, that is less than 7. So option 3. All enzymes of TCA cycle are located in the mitochondrial membrane except one, which is located in the inner mitochondrial membrane in eukaryotes and in cytosol in prokaryotes. What is this enzyme? Succinate dehydrogenase, complex 2. Consider the first reaction of Krebs cycle. Okay, so what is there should be in this A? First product of Krebs cycle, 6 carbon compound which has 3 COOH group, which is, that's why we call it as tricarboxylic acid. It get isomerized to isocitrate. All the 3 are right. The RQ during cellular respiration would primarily depend on nature of substrate. Option 2 is right. The number of ATP utilized and liberated during glycolysis for 2 molecules of glucose. 4 molecules of ATP is utilized and 8 molecules is liberated respectively. Option 4. The enzyme hexokinase involves the conversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate. Option 2. RQ value of proteins is about 0.9. Option 3. Which enzyme converts sucrose to glucose and fructose? Invertase. Option 3. During curd formation from milk by lab for cellular respiration, pyruvic acid is reduced by the enzyme called lactate dehydrogenase. Option 4. Next, glycolysis, cytoplasm. 1 is R. TCA cycle, mitochondrial matrix. 2 is Q. 1 is R, 2 is Q, and ETS inner mitochondrial membrane. 3 is P. FADH2 directly give up electrons and protons to which of the following ETC? Complex 2. Option 1. To make 1 ATP, how many protons has to pass through the F0 in the mitochondria? So actually in the diagram it is 2, but in the content it is 4. So option 2 according to the diagram. What is the maximum concentration of alcohol in naturally fermented alcoholic beverages? That has to be less than 13. What is reduced ubiquinol is referred to as ubiquinol, option 1. How does glycerol enter the cellular respiration pathway? As PGAL, option 3. In anaerobic respiration, pyruvic acid in muscles forms lactic acid, option 2. Protein enter into Krebs cycle through pyruvate, option 2. To start respiration, the living cells requires only glucose ATP enzymes, option 3. What will be the fallout if evolution has created an enzyme that would directly catalyzes the glucose to pyruvic acid in a single step? Many important intermediate products of glycolysis could not have been produced. The ATP produced from a molecule of glucose would have been, no, option 2 is right. A molecule of glucose produced 2 molecules of acetyl-CoA during cellular respiration. One of them was diverted away towards the fatty acid production. Consider the other molecule completed the aerobic respiration. What will be the total ATP obtained? So correct option is 26. So please calculate. So we have to find out the simple scheme of fate of glucose during aerobic and anaerobic. So identify what is A, B, C, D indicates. A is pyruvic acid. B is carbon dioxide and water. C is lactic acid. D is ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. Option 2 is right answer. Next. All anaerobic organisms are facultative anaerobes. No, there are obligatory anaerobes also. Option 1 is wrong. Not all the anaerobic organisms are obligatory anaerobes. Right. Option 1 is wrong. Option 2 is right. Which of these examples are appropriate to describe the concept that cellular respiration in an amphibolic pathway? Peanut plants use a part of manufactured glucose to obtain ATP through catabolism. Right? Peanut plants deliver some of the acetyl-CoA during cellular respiration to make fatty acids and later groundnut oil, right? Peanut utilizes some of the intermediate products of cellular respiration to manufacture the substance like chlorophyll and carotenes. All are right. All are describing why it is amphibolic. In respiration, the respiratory substance can be used as carbohydrate, protein, organic acid. All of this. 4 is the right answer. So, this is all about the topic of respiration. Thank you very much.